No, today we continue on because the whole reason we did this was because Homecoming showed as challenging, and we just wanted more favor. We started out yesterday at EO8 favor, and now we have E15. That's how big of a push that was. So now remember, uh, we do want to like our target is E20 and up, somewhere in the E20 to E25 range ultimately. But that run gave us a huge leg up on the next one. You've got to kind of build in increments. You can't just go from like with this account, you can't just go from 8 to like 20. So we get 8 to 15, hopefully 15 into the 20 range. We shall see what happens. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Look at how many. Look at this. Look at this. We just put a full formation on the field on area 1. That's how much favor we have. That's what E15 does for you. And the click damage into the 50s. Jarlax was already into his gold find curve. I forgot to save some of the feats with this formation, but that's okay. That's okay. Do it. And make sure the feats are saved there. So yeah. We now have the power to just kind of breeze through this. Fortunately, I used up a lot of speed. So no more speed available. We didn't even use the. I only used like a 15-minute gold find potion at the end of that run too. Like we didn't use any of the gold find boosters on that run. So, oh look, we got enough tokens to go buy a pack for Briv. Let's go do that. Wait, that's not the wrong. That's the wrong one. Here we go. Briv pack. Buy now. Yes, please. Open chest. Come on. Come on. This is the one we want. We need three more would give us a guaranteed epic. But can we get an epic now? No. No. A dupe spiral. And we want the epic here. But that's fine. That's fine. We didn't get enough gems to buy a gold chest. It looks like we triggered the collections. What did we get? Oh, yeah. We got all our blessings. We got blessings yesterday, so there's a bunch of tomb blessings. I don't know why I did that. I ended the 213 one after that. Okay. We're in around 1,300 out of 2,000 total item levels. See what else we got. Complete 8 adventures, and we've only completed 6 adventures in Tomb, and we're rocking pretty hard. Hey Ricardo, so hey Chaos. Anything else? It might 247. Oh no, 274. Excuse me. 274 Tomb they want. So that'll happen after our next deep favor push, probably. Alright. What was our area goal? 200? 200. Okay. So we're starting to get into the deeper pushes, like, you know, it's not even a push, just the deeper area goals. You know, the bonus is, the reward is always 2 times, you know, in terms of gems, 2 times whatever your area goal is. So we're earning more gems, which is a good thing. I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna go beasts. I don't know. I just want to get the speed effect going on Minsk. But yeah, this is going to be with having so much favor. This is going to be fairly hands free. Why are you still? I don't understand why you're still blinking. All right. But here's a look at our blessings. So we completely finished tier 1. Before we'd had a little here, we'd had a little left here, and then we needed quite a bit on tier 2. We completely finished tier 2. We completely finished tier 3. and we have all of this on tier 4 with a good chunk down here. And I even bought like 4 blessings into tier 5. Yeah. Not going to do this one because it's kind of the opposite of this one, and we already went heavy into this one, so there's no reason to buy that other one. That does mean, this is top shelf, that does mean we want to switch this, yeah, to this setup, and we need to save it like this. Because now we want, in this the top of each of these columns is going to have the biggest damage bonus, so we want to make sure our DPS is up there. Whereas the other one, it's the bottom, but that's in a further tier, so wouldn't be able to invest as heavily into that one. Hey, Meister Wilbur. See the thing we can do today. Always want to check this each day. Hit up hashtags combination channel in the Discord. Grab our electrums. Remember, we're holding on to those until tomorrow. After we unlock tomorrow, we'll be able to unlock another event champion down here. And once we get that champion, we'll want to use those electrums to gear them up, or at least to start their gear journey, and probably continue it because I'm not spending tokens on anybody but Briv. That's just the reality of the situation. Yeah. We're at 80% on Dadius and not on the others because we got Dadius's achievement, I think. I think that's the difference. I will say this is, so the slower progress here, like we got a bonus, like the big boost we got from Kroll is that, hey, we get tons of favor, and that's what I want. We can push deep and have lots of favor, and that's why I chose Kroll. The slow progress is the argument that other people make for, instead of picking Kroll in this slot, picking Shandy, or getting Human over here. I mean, I could throw Briv at the front of this formation, and if he triggered a jump, then, you know, at least we jump a level every now and then. But yeah, speed champions like a Shandy is a good early speed pickup. Deacon in slot 1 is a good early speed pickup, but when you have limited time gate pieces, you got to make the choice that's going to work best for you. And for me, I wanted easy favor. And speaking of easy favor, we're going to pull Tyrell out and throw Archon in. Is that our 2? Is that our dirty farm? It's pretty close to it. It's pretty close to it. Archon just has a gold find item. That's it. Oh, I didn't level him up at the end of the last run. Ooh, whoops. He didn't get his second feat slot. Oh well. I don't plan on using him for anything but his gold find item. So that's okay. In fact, I am gonna... That was a whole different formation. Never mind, I'm not going to save over that. I think what we'll save over is the start one. Yeah. After 2 epics and 1 chest yesterday for Tatiana, I opened the next chest today and got another epic. Nice. Nice. I mean, that's the best possible situation, right? Just epic after epic after epic. We have not had that luck. Okay, so now now that I can see everybody right away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, no, the wrong. He's not 4. I want corn evergreen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only need 8 more gold chests. Well, as long as they drop either a blue or a purple in one of these green slots. Did I get that right? 3. Wait. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 10. How did I miss 10? We need 10 more blues. God. I can't add, apparently. I skipped somebody. I think it was Jarlax. Yeah. That's unfortunate. We don't have his blue for his Master of Piracy yet. That would be nice. Okay, so 10 more gold chests, so 5,000 more gems. And we should be, well, we'll be close. Like I said, it could drop an epic somewhere that upgrades a blue instead of filling in the green slot. Well, now I'm paranoid. I didn't know. Celeste is full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8, 9, 10. Yes, okay. Because and there's still some off on these. Like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing 6 on event champions. Those could potentially drop out of Electrums. This is the rumored new account. It is, Rav. Hello. Came back after hiatus to this new format for events. Is it harder to get full epics now? No, it's easier. Honestly. I mean, if you're an established player, it's easier. Because now with the new system, if you have the ability to, you can climb through. There's 4 tiers of variants. It's the same variants, just with higher area goals. But you can earn, if you can go all the way through all 4 of tiers, that's a total of up to 12 gold chests, right? So you get to redo them. You get to do them at tier 1, then redo them tier 2, redo them tier 3, and redo them tier 4. Each time you're getting gold chests and other rewards. Instead of just you get 3 gold chests in the past from just, the basic stuff. And then you still have your tokens, but you no longer have to grind out like free plays for gear. You just go to the shop and you buy a pack, and it's at the perfect ratio. Like, it was always a 1 in 3 chance for you to get a gold. So for 7,500, you get 2 silvers and a gold, which is, you never have to worry about going, full pity timer. So 3 silvers and a gold like you used to. But you also, you don't get the other swing where you could get a lot of gold. So it's just consistent. Just spend your tokens on chests. You can still use bounty contracts. All the same things apply. You can't cheese it with like trying to use multiple parties to get cheap, like 500 token free plays across multiple parties or anything like that. But the upside is you get way more time to do anything else you want during the event, because you don't got to grind free plays forever and ever and ever. Well, I mean, Strongheart was never an event champion. Strongheart was a season champion. The seasons went away. The new event system isn't replacing seasons. There are a lot of people that misunderstand that. Event systems are on pause or seasons are on pause for who knows how long. Maybe forever, maybe not. We don't know. And neither do the devs, it seems. So, what got taken from seasons and put into events 2.0 is the reworked champion. So instead of a season focusing around like one champion with a major rework, two with minor reworks, and two others that maybe didn't get touched at all, now every month we get a rework champion that has had a focused, attentive rework. So 12 reworks a year, right? Along with a new champion, right? And then, and then we can pick whatever we want for our flex slots. But that's kind of the only thing that events picked up in terms of picking up the slack from seasons. That's it. Just the rework champion. Everything else about seasons, like, that's just going to have to go somewhere else. This was Events 2.0 is kind of them answering everybody's request for, we want easier ways to gear up older champions. They heard that feedback. They gave you Events 2.0. So every event you can go back and gear up the champion of your choice, or multiple, right? Like, you get 3 flex slots, plus the 4th if you're a paid supporter, that supporter flex slot. I know. That's kind of their first pass on making it easier to gear up older champions. They've already said, time gates are going to need a rework in the future to kind of mesh with this new system. And anything else about seasons, though, is going to have to come somewhere else. That's a whole different thing. They tried out seasons. They did, a bunch of them. Ultimately, they weren't happy with what they were doing. So, yeah. The event boosts, yeah. Like there's these buffs, right? Like, for each of the champions, you work through the tiers. As you complete the tiers, you get higher and higher buffs for them. If you buy an event DLC, it comes with an event boon, and that's like a stack of potions. The buffs are equivalent to like a stack of potions. The more boons you get, the bigger the numbers are. So yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. There's some holdovers. There's some things that you're getting that weren't, but this is events. This is events 2.0. This isn't seasons 2.0, right? So this is just the new event system. There's an icon depicted above the view map button. This is just it's like a map. This is like you've unrolled a map, and that's like a marker on a map. This is just part of the view map thing. You can click here. You don't have to click view map. So, but yeah, this is like if you had a map rolled up and you're looking at it, and there's a marker right in the middle. Like, that's where you're going, and that's all it's supposed to be. Yeah. It's just it's a rolled up map, or you can call it a scroll, but that's the map. This is their concept of how you have your map rolled up. I don't know. It's not how I'd roll up a map, but it's not my job. Not my job to do the art. So, yeah. And they have like these interesting, like every 24 hours there's a rotating offer for stuff. So they fold maps. I mean, it depends on the map and what it's for, right? Like if it's going in a car, you're probably folding it up, or you've got that. Wow, man, people don't even use maps in a car anymore. But you used to get a book, like for your area, and fully detailed. Those are great. But you could get, folding maps for states. But I have like a map of the Caribbean that's rolled up in a tube because it's artwork, basically. And if you're storing maps like long term, then you get those big, huge map cases with the huge drawers that pull out, and all the maps are flat. Right. Wow, we got enough gold that we can click over area 100 now. We're 41 levels through this, and we've already got click damage to 102. In a mid game, would you recommend spending tokens solely on Briv chests? Yes. I mean, I don't even have to finish what you're saying. Yes. Briv is just like every now and then there might be a champion in these events that are just that's the one you go to, and in this one it's Briv. It's Briv. Like I've just dumped everything onto my Briv. So it's showing in his item levels more than anything, not necessarily in his epics. So he's up to 70, 80, 90, 80s, 80s, 70s. So probably average item level 80s. So yeah, it's okay. Oh, I've also been dumping blacksmithing contracts in him. Hold on. I forgot we got some of those. He gets all my stuff. Yeah, okay. Could have been better, but oh well. It is also very tempting to pop these scrolls and gear him up, but I mean, I might before the event's over. I very well might. The bounty contracts. I just may dump all my resources into Briv this round because Briv. Yeah, I think there's a. I mean, ultimately, you can do whatever you want with your stuff, but just know getting full epic takes a lot on all of your event champions. It takes a lot of tokens, a lot of bounty contracts. You got to figure 30-ish, 30-something, let's just say 35 gold chests for every champion. Usually, I mean, that's the pity time. If you're running the pity timer, it's 54, but more often than not, in my experience on Idle Champions, you're full epic and somewhere in the 30s. So you would just be buying them one at a time, one pack at a time, opening them up, or maybe bulk, trying to see if you run the pity timer or not, and then get out as efficiently as possible. But it would take a lot of tokens. But the thing is like Briv's going to give you so much bang for your buck. All you invest in him, you're going to get back in terms of gems. And while that may not get you full epic on this round of event champions, all of those gems he's earning for you once you get him to higher jump levels are going to be earning you more bounty contracts for future champions. And then you just got to use time gate pieces and patron chests to epic out the others, right? But it's going to get you to a point where you'll have so many bounty contracts that you will start being able to full epic all of your event champions every event easily. Obviously that's higher jump numbers, but you got to get that snowball rolling for it to really pay off. The next champion in this event, any good choices left? Well, for me, I chose Regis more because I needed a swap in slot 2. Then I thought they would do better than Celeste. I was wrong. They are actually outperforming Celeste. Celeste has 2 epics, a golden, well, no item levels on it, but 2 epics with a golden and 4 blues. Regis with 3 greens and only 1 epic is outperforming Celeste already. I mean, we found this out trying him out at the wall, and she did not do anything, and he did, so... So his rework really worked, the one he got in a recent season. My next one, again, I'm trying to path towards split the party. That was why I picked up a champion in slot 6. In the next event, Orkira will arrive, and she'll be slot 1. Antreus, I'll pick up Antreus, he's slot 4. Caddy Bree, who's slot 7. We'll be getting Azaka in slot 12 soon. That's what we're working towards. So I need a 3 and a 10. There's no 3 available in this event, but there is a 10, and it's Rosie. So I'm going to pick up Rosie simply to give me a swap in slot 10 and have me prepped real close to split the party. All I have to do then is hunt for slot 3. Let's hunt for a slot 3. You know, hopefully I get lucky on like there's going to be a natural time gate weekend after this event ends. If the natural time gate offers me up a slot 3, no matter who it is, even if it's Artemis, I will pick it. I will pick it. Because I need, that's the only other one I need. That's the only other one I need. Celeste must have had an off day. No, she just, event champions scale better than core champions, except for Ashara. Ashara is the outlier. So, they can oftentimes do better without as good a gear. That's you just got to try them. And again, Regis's epic landed on the right spot. Ruby amplification. That's a solid ability. But Regis did get a rework, and he came in pretty strong in that after that rework. So, may this become a Rosie DPS? No, Rosie needs a specific group of champions to support her. I don't have those. She didn't do well for years after she came out because, she was bottom tier DPS because she didn't have champions to support her. There's event champions that she just needs really strong. It's more that the meta supports and tanks and supports in the game can make her be good. She's a mid tier DPS with them, but without them, she's still bottom tier DPS. So we're not gonna get Rosie DPS again. We're just getting Rosie to prep for split the party. Well. By the time Rosie gets reworked, unless she's getting reworked in the next event, we'd probably be well invested into other champions if we're not done with this playthrough. I don't think we're going to be playing this playthrough all year, but, who knows? I don't know. I have no idea. We're just kind of running with it. We'll see how far we go and how far we get. I kind of want to play this through and have more heavily into the mid game. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how that turns out. Hey, Shovik. Man. I am missing speed and speed potions. But this is realistic. This is pretty realistic. I do have 7 time gate pieces, but we're going to be spending 3 of those tomorrow. This doesn't say it, but it takes 3 time gate pieces. So technically, I've only got 4. I've only got 4 time gate pieces. I don't know when the drop timer is, but if we get if we can get another deep favor run in, and I can get this before my next drop, then we'll pick up 2. And that'd let us run another time gate right away. But, again, this is not a favor run. I guess it wouldn't be the worst, but I can't imagine how far we would get now. In terms of a deep run. And we got cleared 400 off of E8 favor, and now we have E15. So, yeah, this is not a good place to do a deep run. There isn't a solid number of any kind of enemy. Not like I'd want to see. The next one has a lot of beasts, though. I don't know. Kind of have to plan ahead. Because it's going to take... We know after this last one, it's going to take a whole day. It's going to take a whole stream. That's probably the best one. Well, let me go look. Captured. Captured looks pretty solid. Oh, but it's got Russ Nisi. Well, he's not the worst. One of the adventures coming up does have like 34 areas worth of humanoids, which is a good chunk. And it's probably our best bet to do a like captured would be our best bet to do a favor push while also doing a run that's completing progress for us, which is the best of both worlds. AMC. You know the realism of this account. I mean, it's all I'm doing is trying to play a new player account without throwing cash at it, right? And while using, mostly champions that other people can can relate to. You make your newbie mistake. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of making it constantly because right now I should have Briv in, right? I should just be using event champions that are stronger than these champions. I'm not. I don't know that that's... I mean, it's being suboptimal in that way. But I'm like, it's fine. I think Captured might, if we can remember, Captured may be the best. It looks like it's the best one coming up in our path. Ooh, and then later on, Wormheart Mine, maybe? As another one? Wormheart Mine looks like a good one. So we've got two options, but I think Capture needs to be the first one. Wormheart Mine would be the second. That way we don't have to like go back and just do a free play of one we already did. We can take the, multiple hundreds of levels of progress just to complete it and then continue it. Why not use Briv? Everyone has him kind of, because this isn't, I mean, everyone that's playing in this event right now has him, but these are going to go up on YouTube and people will be playing through off of different events and won't have him. I mean, we used him in the deep push yesterday, but that was because if you're doing a deep favor push, you need to try to swap around and find your best possible champions. And for me, it was that, but I was really just demonstrating, here's how you test out and find what your best push is. We got there. But now we're just what are we doing to complete these? Well, I'm just using gold. Right now I'm boosting my gold find as high as I can get it and killing everything with click damage until I can't anymore. And then we'll level up the other champions and push. Why am I using Regis? Again, it's gold find. It's a level 1 Regis. I'm just throwing in people that are boosting my gold find. So because of the way Jarlaxle works, he wants Drow and Rogues in the formation. So that means, Regis qualifies, Hitch qualifies, Dritz qualifies. And then I'm using Archon because he's got a gold item. So I'm not using Regis to push. He's not leveled up. It's just he's boosting my gold find to get me as far as I can with clicking, and then we'll do whatever we need for a pushing formation. Yeah, I mean, I was pushing yesterday with a formation layout that wasn't optimal at first, and everybody was getting upset and like trying to tell me how to change it, and I'm like, I just had to be like, stop. That's not. It's not how we do this. Because because the reality is, when you're playing Idle Champions, you just need to take the formation that you've thrown together, push to a wall, to where you're dying, and you can't push any further, and then start making changes. Because until you hit a wall, your formation's fine. The champions in it are fine. It's fine. A lot of people get a little too focused on building the perfect formation from area one, and honestly, you don't necessarily know what that is, and you won't know until you hit your wall, and then you start playing around with it. Hey, Monto. Hello, hello. So right now, I'm just leveling up Jarlaxle for as much gold find as possible. I've got Minsk to his speed boost. Yeah. And then I'm just trying to, throw in whoever can boost my gold find. And that's really it. Because, I mean, I could bring Krull in, but he's not really... It wouldn't really be boosting my gold find that much. I might get the occasional single pilfer stack at this point, but his big use case is right near your wall and pushing that wall. So then I don't know if my formation is good or bad, for I only do what needed to get the adventure done, and then I'm out and start the next. Yeah, but that's until you hit a hard variant, like that's how this game works, in my opinion. You throw whatever you got in. Like, if I had a bunch of speed champions, this would be a speed formation. I don't. But that's another way to go. Instead of picking up like a pushing champion like Krull, you pick up a speed champion like Shandy, and you start picking speed champions. Like, if I had a preference, I'd be picking every speed champion I could get just to speed these runs up, right? But they may only get you so far. Sometimes they might get you through. A lot of times on my main account, I just throw in a speed formation and I hit go, and more often than not, they finish it. I don't even have a DPS in the formation. So when it comes down to it, it's whatever formation beats the adventure you're in is your variant you're in. Adventure or variant is a functional formation. You don't always have to have the most perfect, most highest damage formation, and that's only when you're doing a deep push. Like, if you're trying to push as far as you possibly can go, then yeah, you've got to figure out what your best setup is, which is what we did yesterday. When you're doing variants, obviously you got to beat the variant, and that can require some optimization. When you get into trials, day one is all about like the best run, most high damage run you can do. So yeah, once a week, once you get into trials on Mount Tiamat, you're gonna have to do that, and you're gonna have to figure it out. There's 5 different. No, there's like 6, right? It's all the stats. 6 different potential restrictions on day one. And you might have to have a different formation for each of those restrictions, and be able to go as far as you possibly can, and do as much damage as you possibly can. But then after day one on a trial, you just got to meet the area goal again. So then it's back to like speed formations and whatever you got to alter about it to finish, right? So. Yeah, on a goal find, you don't need DPS to finish adventures, so speed group is cool enough. Depends. It depends. If you have hit-based or armored... hit-based, your speed group may still be able to get through it. But if there's any armored enemies, the click damage isn't. You then have to have not only a speed group, but you have to be survivable enough to live long enough to click through that if you're not doing the damage with the champions too, right? So it depends. Favor isn't always the answer, but but it's your first answer. The first answer in the game is favor. Gems? Any gems? 488! We're so close to buying another gold chest. And we're going to get 400 from just finishing this, too, so... If we can get to... Well, we're almost to 500, and then if we can get another 100 on the back end of this adventure, we'll be able to get 2 gold chests in this one run. Well, we'll pick it up in the start of the next run. Yeah, that's why early on, like, the best gem farm is just complete adventures as quickly as possible. Do all the adventures, one after the other, because along with getting the gems from the bosses, you're also getting solid rewards from each of the completions. So just knock them out. Just grind them all out and get, get 2 gem streams. Because if you just sit in Mad Wizard, you only have 1 gem stream, and it's got to be big enough that it makes up for what you'd be losing in these completion rewards. And that takes a lot of speed champions. Let's hope this next boss drops 5. It should. I can't, for the life of me, remember. I thought I was... One of these days I'm going to memorize it. But I want to say it's like 2d something plus 2 for your... Or something like that for the gems out of a boss bag. I just can't remember if it's... I should say it's 2dx plus y, right? So it's... I don't remember what dice you get. Or actually, it's probably xdy plus z. And if I'm really trying to make this correctly. Because I don't even know that it's 2. I just seem to remember it being 2. So there's a number of dice that basically get rolled when the boss bag drops. And there's a base amount that's minimum that gets added to that, right? Much like in D&D. What did we get? 505. Excellent. Let's go get our chest. But it doesn't change. It's the same all the way through the adventure, so you can just run low runs for gems and be fine. Makos' ultimate attack. Don't really care about that one, but we mark it off our list, and now Makos is full blue. So, that's why in gem farming, if you're trying to do gem farming specifically, you're not trying to push deep for gem farming. You're just trying to do. You're just trying to push until your familiars can no longer instantly kill things when they load onto the screen, and then resetting because you're not going to get any more. You don't. The further you go, you don't get more gems. Like it doesn't increase. It's just a flat gain, and it's just random. Like you'll see spikes, but that's just the randomness of those die rolls. 51 is a nice reset point. It just depends on where you're gem farming ultimately, and where your click wall is. If you're in Mad Wizard, you want to stop on either 30s or 80s, but that could be 130 or 480. Like it just whatever wherever your click damage ends, whatever the 30 or 80 is before that on Mad Wizard is where you start. Is where you set your reset, because the first 30 areas of Mad Wizard, the 1 through 30, and that's because that repeats 51 through 80. Those are the fastest 30 levels in that adventure, because of the spawners that exist, kind of the fast spawners. So you set your reset goal to that, because that's the most efficient way to do it. And you want to go all the way to where your click damage is going to end, because if you have Shandy, you want to give her as much time at her high speed run as possible, because it does take a while for her speed effect to kick in, and you want it active as long as possible. And then there's other adventures now that, like, if you're not going to do the Briv gem farm, like the automated tweaking thing with jumps and stuff and rebuilding stacks, then the Roots of Loom Lurch, I don't know what there's going to be an optimal reset there, because one of the reasons that is good is because they have it's got areas that don't have the transition screen that we're about to see here, this black wipe. Like you don't have to wait for the champions to rush off. They're just sitting, and you might get the wipe, but they're right there. Like so you're saving some time, and it may not seem like a lot, but when that's all you're having your game do, you actually end up, with a higher gem gain rate. So you'd want to stop, you'd want to find an optimal place to stop there after hopefully a bunch of those. Or again, I don't know how those are separated, because for me, if I'm going to be that fiddly about my gem farm, I'm going to briv it. The Looms of Root Merch, yes. Hey, Lurking Rider. The run animation doesn't happen. Yeah, that's it. And that saves you time. Saves you precious seconds. Again, I don't really use those. I don't use those adventures for my gem farming, so I don't see them a lot. The Loots of Root Beer merch. Yeah, that would be better. Or the Root Beers of Loom Lurch. That would also probably be acceptable. Does it? I don't remember. If that's the one in Barovia, that's where I'm at, but I think it does have some. But I'm doing, Briv gem farm, so I'm jumping. You can't, like, that's, it doesn't, a little different than if you're just doing a regular gem farm and seeing them just stand there over and over and over again. I still haven't fixed my Briv Gem farm since the last season ended. So got to do that too at some point. Does it? No. Yeah, the reality is once I set up my Briv Gem farm, I stop watching it. The whole reason I will have things Briv Gem farming is because it's going to be on another monitor behind a window and I'm not even going to be seeing it. So unless I'm playing it on stream, I never see it. I never see it. Just tab in every now and then to make sure it didn't break. All right, we're coming up. We're only at 136 for click damage, so we're into the 122s. So at some point we're gonna have to switch into a pushing formation. I don't see us having any issues, obviously, since we've been to 400 in this campaign, and that was with way less favor. So I'll just go ahead and level Ashara up. So she's ready to go when we get there. None of this isn't going to matter at all. And Annihilation. Look, I'm going to go vote Vengeance, mainly because we're not going to be tanking at all. If I thought we were going to be tanking, I would keep her in Devotion. But when you know you're not going to tank, when you know you've got all the damage you need, you can just put people into their most damagey specs and not necessarily worry about survivability. But you gotta know. Everybody else is coming out. Tyrell will go in. Fixed my farm, but it'll break again the moment I start completing the tiers for Briv this week. Yep. Yeah, if you haven't done that yet, you got to do that before you fix your farm, because he's got some solid buffs available at the higher tiers. 2400 all for 2400% all champs damage plus 6300% Netherese steel. That'll throw off your gem farm. Don't go breaking my phone. Oh no. Oh no. Elton John has entered the chat. Elton John and Kiki D, wasn't it Kiki who did that with him originally? Ooh. I think it would have to be Elton Briv and CNE instead of Kiki D and CNE. Briv's like, don't go breaking my phone. CNE's like, I couldn't if I tried. except they can't, but, you know. It looks like we should clear 100 gems on the second half of this run. So the start of our next run, we'll be able to buy another gold chest. I'm still jumping better than I ever have. Oh no. Oh no. Lots of songs fit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Weird, Chevik. Oh no, I got the. We're fine. We don't need the. We actually don't need the click damage. We don't need the gold fine anymore because we're just fully into killing with the Shara at this point. I don't know. The hard part for me is I don't need to click anything down here anymore, but it's still I'm still gonna probably see green. I want to click it. All right, I think we're back from the ad break. So I have to disagree here. There are also songs that absolutely don't work. Like we don't need another hero. I don't know. We don't need another zero. We don't need to keep our bench warm. I think there's a line there, right? It's just the other way around. Doesn't work for Briv, obviously, but it still works for Idol Champions. Every time I use speed, I hear Barry Manilow. Oh, Shandy, you gave and you gave without taking, and you blew us away. Oh, Shandy. Yeah, she just gives speed. She doesn't take anything for it. It works. Recommendation for killing constructs or patrons? I just go to Mad Wizard. Literally. There's two places I do for patron challenges. One is Mad Wizard, and it knocks everything out except for Undead. And then for Undead, I do Vecna Lives. But you just cycle Mad Wizard with your normal runs. You don't even have to. You don't have to sit on an area. Nothing. Just you'll pick them up. Reset at 49. You're gonna pick up constructs on multiple levels, multiple areas. So it works. And if you want it faster, if that's the only thing you have left, you just park it on one of those levels and just speed farm it. But usually I just have it run into the background. Which reminds me I didn't set up my background parties this week. I gotta do that tonight. Newer players Ring of Regen is in it. Well, I mean, for newer players, for brand new players, there's Undead and Terror in the Dark, which is right next to Mad Wizard. So, you can get real new player with it if you need to. See, I can't not click down there. They had an upgrade. Yeah, this is the part of at this point in IL Champions, we've kind of got it on cruise control. We have enough favor that we can easily complete our area goals after that last run, after yesterday's run. So we can easily complete our area goals. The champions are over leveled for the area, so we have way more damage than is needed by, over E20. So you just have to, this is where you can AFK and do something else effectively. Which means I will bring up the notepad. Let's see what we got on the to-do list. Now I still have to clean up that Ritz joke thing. I still haven't posted that from last week. Try to work on that this week. So, terminology. Let's talk about Terminology 101. Do we have any, now that we've had a little time to sit with the events, is there any new terminology from events? From events 2.0 we need to put in? There been any official talk about a fifth party? Not really. Just that, they've been like, yeah, that might be something we add in the future. We'll ever get more free familiars? There's another patron coming soon that'll have a familiar you can get from their shop, I'm sure. I'm sure it's going to follow the exact same shop pattern as before. Will they add more? They've added more to the gem shop over time, but I think at this point they might be. I can go look, but I think they were probably. Yeah, so 250, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, 50,000, 70, 100, 150, 200, 250. The next one then would probably be 300. I don't know if there's room to do like a 2,500 one between Jeremy at 1,000 and the Gelatinous Cube, like 2,500 or 3,000. But I don't know if they'll do that or not. It would be nice. I'd still like them to put a layer, like as the first. I would like the first thing in patrons that you of the permanent purchases to be cheap familiars, and then have then another set of more expensive familiars down below. I think with with 4 parties in the game and potentially 5, maybe this year, then I don't think that cuts into their bottom line too much, but I don't know. I don't know. $7,500 one? I don't know. I mean, could they? They could split and then put a 20,000 one and a 40,000 one and a 60,000 one and an 80 and a 90. I mean, could they fill in gaps in between here? Sure, there's room. I'm just trying to think like early on is where it's more impactful. But, okay. Let me just look real quick. I don't really give a term for these. All event buffs. Well, I mean, so early on, they literally give you the Guinevere pack for free out of the shop. So they do give you one early on. All right. So I can't think of anything off the top of my head that isn't already on the terminology list. I need to start like filling out like I guess the higher priority stuff, because remember we do have a character limit that we have to stay inside of. So some of these might get Might get deleted. Might get deleted. Or combined. That's not necessarily a thing. Again, if they're if they're all different terms, and I have a character limit, and this is like editing a book. If there's a character limit, if I'm given a limit, I can't go over. They gotta go. They get cut. So most of these are not things that can be combined with other stuff. That's why they all got their own unique entry. I mean, reanimate comes under reuse, right? Isn't that just part of reuse? Well, recycle, I feel, is more. Well, recycle is more how Averin turns his unneeded clones into hot dogs and sells them. Frankenstein's monster is an example of reusing. In my opinion, not recycling. Averin, what? Yeah. Averin has a bunch of clones, and eventually, sometimes they go bad or whatever, and so he grinds them up and turns them into hot dogs and sells them in Sigil. He's got a hot dog stand in Sigil. It's a whole thing. Yeah. I only want to use click damage to go to area 100. Do I need to get level 100 and click damage or more? 100's fine. If you can get a little extra, then you make sure that, it's just a little insurance policy. But yeah, 100. As long as the area matches, the click level matches the area you're on, you should be instantly killing things. Yeah, Cranium Rat Avon is one of the least disturbing versions of Avon, actually. I don't think anyone wants a hot dog right now. Wasn't there? There was another thing that somebody, I don't know if it was Avon, but it was on that show where they were doing something with like a gelatinous, some kind of modified gelatinous cube. I don't remember. It's been too long. Yeah, the most recent, if you go watch the most recent Idle Insights with Todd and Megan, they talk about it. What all the names in the background mean? Like in the background of my overlay, those are all the champions in the game. Those are all the champions in the game. Like here, if we do this. It's just all the champions. I mean, it needed some kind of background. I didn't want it to just be black, so I put all the champions in. Yeah, well, except for Sortel and Jacques, but you know, it's me manifesting the reality I want. Knocking out some of the. I have to fill out adjacent adventuring party affiliation alignment armored. Skipping some of the stuff like shortened. I'm skipping some of the shortened versions of names at the moment, like Alic. I'm not defining those yet. We'll see if we have enough space to come back and fill that in. There are 133 champions. That should be where we're at now currently. Yes, that's what I have on my list is 133. Try to update it every time we add another one. Should we be watching your new player count or your guide writing? The new player count. I don't need to see my guide writing on Twitch or on YouTube later. Again, I am not really leveling anybody up because we should have. Well, I guess I can level. Sure, one more level. Woo! See, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, Gale's hand doesn't count as a champion. Oh, Gale's hand will never count as a champion, but Gale might. Why did we chat? Why do I just have that word listed as something that we needed to define? Like, what? Did I just not finish typing something once? I'm so confused. Oh, okay. Front, back, top, bottom. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about column. I did not have the context for that. May have guessed I just got to basic potions in the list. Like, what are they again? What are their names again? Maybe it was short for the commonly used phrase in the Idle Champions community. Bruno got back. I don't think so. Oh my god, Becky, look at Brunor's butt. I don't think that's how that song goes. Almost there, 191. This rate Baldur's Gate character, like the heroes of Baldur's Gate, yeah, some of them already have Ceramorphosis feats. Yeah, some of them already do. Well, we need to keep this Sonata. We got to keep it in line with. I mean, we're in an ad break, but we got to keep it in line with the original song. It would be, "Oh my God, Stokey." We'd have to. We gotta keep the format. Oh my God, Becky. Yeah. So Rav, I said this during the ad break, and I don't know if you got served an ad, but yeah, a lot of the Heroes of Baldur's Gate already. Some of the Heroes of Baldur's Gate already have tadpoles. You know, potentially more. I don't know. We'll see. Brave is not a hero of Baldur's Gate, so. Almost there, almost there. Lender an okay pick for the next flex slot? Or pick Tatiana to give her more items? I mean, that's up to you. I mean, a lender can be solid. She needs, she needs gear and item levels. But she's really kind of she boosts the other heroes of the plains. So if you don't have the other heroes of plains, she's not gonna deliver like she could, right? So yeah. Trying to turn idle champions into mean girls? No. She doesn't even go here. No. That line from Clueless would probably be a little more appropriate. If that's a line from... I haven't seen Clueless in so long. I don't know that it entirely applies to the game, but... Nice. The various leaks from Justin about the fifth patronage will be left saying patrons don't work like that? No. I don't think so. I mean, the fifth patron works like all the others do, in the sense that they have a restriction. Alright, there we go. We're done. We're out of here. We're not pushing deep on this one. Alright. We followed a new path. We ended up in a new adventure node.